Welcome back, everybody. What a crazy week 7, man. Week 8 is here. I couldn't be more excited. Welcome to Pick Talk for all your sports betting needs. Every week, we're here to break down every NFL game for you guys piece by piece. After crazy week 7, we did go 8-7, not too bad. Podcast record 49-56, still not too bad. All it takes is one good week and we could be ahead. So week 8 is here. I kind of want to dive into this game starting tonight. It actually starts in an hour here. I'm a little late, but as long as I get this up, let's pull it up, see what we got here. We got Minnesota Vikings at the Los Angeles Chargers. Looks like the Chargers are 3-point favorites here, over under 44.5. Vikings coming here at 3-3, Chargers 4-3. What'd they do? Start 3-0. Last 3 games. So Chargers, actually both teams here are kind of desperate for a win. Vikings coming off the loss last week against Philly, 28-22. You guys see right here. Chargers coming off the loss against Indianapolis, 38-24. Head-to-head, last time these two teams played was 2023. Chargers snuck the win out there, but the Vikings do hold the head-to-head 4-2 record and the 5-1 against the spread. So with that being said, J.J. McCarthy is limited, so I think Wentz is going to get the start here. And Aaron Jones is active, so he's going to play. That's going to be huge for the Vikings offense. Both teams are on a short week this week. There's injuries on both sides of the ball here. It is a primetime spot. I know we usually do take the primetime unders, but with these two teams, defenses are a little banged up. Chargers defense don't even look like they know what they're doing. Both offenses could probably score here. I actually like the over, so give me the over 44.5 here with this Vikings and Chargers on Thursday night. Let's move on to the next game here. We got first game of Sunday, Jets at the Bengals. Jets are 0-7, haven't had a win yet this season. Bengals 3-4. We sure look nice with Flacco. Thank you, Cleveland Browns, for sending them our way. So last week, the Jets did hold an L to the Panthers. And last week, Bengals did beat the Pittsburgh Steelers on that primetime Thursday night spot. Last time these two teams played was 2022. The Bengals did destroy them 27-12. They did cover that 6.5 here. The total here kind of scares me because it does indicate that it's going to be a lower scoring game, especially with the Jets where they have scored. They scored 17 points over the past 2 games, which is kind of crazy if you ask me. But the Bengals are, they're 1-4 in the last 5 games against the spread. So with the public all over the Bengals, I'm kind of scared to take them at the 6.5. And the Bengals really aren't that good versus backup quarterbacks. Tyrod Taylor's likely playing. They're playing little games. They don't know. They're saying they don't know who's going to start, but I can guarantee you Tyrod's going to get the start there. But I don't even see the Jets scoring, man. The Bengals defense is going to step up. I could see the Bengals getting up early, maybe 2 touchdowns, kind of run the ball, take the pressure off Flacco. I see the under here, man. Give me the under 44.5. I think that's the only play really in this game because I'm not jumping on the Bengals. Minus 6.5 now. I was at 7. Give me the under 44.5. Let's go the second game of this slate. Bills minus 7.5 at the Panthers, over under 46.5. Buffalo comes in here 4-2. Panthers 4-3. Panthers have been nice, but their quarterback is out, Bryce Young. He's going to miss this week with a high ankle sprain. I believe Andy Dalton's looking to get that start here. Buffalo did lose to Tampa Bay last week, or what was that, 10 days ago on that primetime game. They are coming off a bye, actually. So that's kind of they're going to be sitting in a good spot. And the Panthers, they did beat the Jets 13-6. Not really that impressive. Head-to-head, the Bills own these guys 3-1. Bills, last time they beat them 31-14. Panthers are a different team now, man. They got a run game, and they are potent with Dowdle and Hubbard, dude. So, and Buffalo's run defense is probably one of the weaker units in the league. I think they're allowing one of the largest rushing totals against them. So, I think they're going to rely on the run more with Young out here. But the Bills are undefeated coming off a week off underneath Sean McDermott. So that is kind of scary, but we do crazy shit here. So we're going to take the Panthers plus 7.5, dude. I feel like the Bills are going to be all over, like off the bye week. They could probably just smoke the Panthers, but Andy Dalton, he manages games as long as he doesn't throw interceptions and they can just run it, dude. I think they have a shot here. So give me the 7 in the hook, Panthers plus 7.5. Next game here, 49ers at Texans. Texans -1 over under 42. Niners coming here first in the NFC West, 5-2. Houston third at 2-4 in the AFC South. Houston coming off that pretty bad loss on that primetime spot. San Fran coming off this win against the Falcons, 20-10, and yeah, like Houston got their that game shouldn't even been close at all. It shouldn't even been a one possession game. So they lost 27-19. Last time these two teams seen each other, 2022. San Fran beat the brakes off them 23-7. They hold the 3-1 straight up and the 3-0 against the spread here. So yeah, despite the Niners having the better record, it kind of scares me that the Texans are favored here. They know something, and I'm guessing it's probably because of injuries. Brock Purdy, he remains questionable. I know Kittle's back. Yeah, I don't know. Nico Collins, I don't think he's going to play. I think he's in concussion protocol. The over has hit in 5 of the last 6 road games for the Niners. The over probably could be a good spot here. But the Houston defense kind of does scare me because their under has gone 5 in the last 7 games. So I don't really like a total in this game. And I think the San Francisco 49ers are a little overvalued here. So Texans coming off of what? They've lost one. I don't know. I think it's a bounce back week for them. We had the Texans last week. Give me the Texans money line here. I'm just going to not even mess with the -1. Texans money line. I think that's the right play. All right, let's move on to this next game here. We got the Giants at the Eagles. The Giants are underdogs here after beating Eagles like 2 weeks ago. So Philly's 7.5-point favorites. The over-under is 44. Giants, they're 4th in the NFC East, coming in at 2-5, and Philly 1st in the NFC East at 5-2. Is a divisional battle. Giants coming off a loss last week, 32-33 versus the Denver Broncos, and Philly coming off the win against the Vikings last week, 28-22. They probably could have almost lost that game, but Jalen Hurts did pull it through. Like I said, the last time these two teams played was like 2 weeks ago. Giants dominate them 34-17. Straight up, 7-3. Philly holds the record and 5-5 against the spread. Pretty much even 4-6 to the under here. Probably because it is a divisional matchup. And yeah, that's why I'm guessing the under is half favorite here. Jalen Hurts is coming off one of his best performances this last week, 326 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. And I would say the Eagles are looking to get redemption after getting smoked by the Giants, 10 days ago? Giants have struggled in Philly recently. Not even recently. They have 12 straight losses at the Lincoln Financial Field. Yeah, that was their last win 13 games ago. And you know what? The Giants gave up 33 fourth quarter points last week versus Denver in that loss. They probably should have won that game if you ask me. Eagles get Jalen Carter back this week. I kind of lean under here with the divisional matchup, but I think the Eagles look for redemption. Eagles roll. Give me the -7.5 Philadelphia Eagles. Let's go to the next game here. Browns at the Patriots. We got Patriots -7 at home, and the over-under is going to be 40.5 here. Cleveland coming off the big win against Dolphins. Dolphins are a train wreck, though. They won 31-6. I'm not really too impressed. And I'm not really too impressed with the New England Patriots victory either. They beat the Tennessee Titans 31-13. Drake May looks nice, though. Head-to-head, these Patriots own them 6-1, 2-5 against the spread, though, and 5-2 to the over against the under here. So last time these two teams played, 2022, Patriots dominated them 38-15. They did cover that 3-point spread. Yeah, and Njoku's listed as questionable here. I probably don't see him playing. But the Browns are 0-3 against the spread on the road this season. Patriots 5-2 against the spread this season. And the under has hit both in the 4 of the last 7 games for each of these teams here. Drake May's been nice, but he has a challenge this week against this Browns defensive front. I don't know. I think the Browns are frauds, though. I'm not a fan of them. Give me Patriots -7.5. I really think that's the only thing here or not 7.5. It's -7. My bad. We're going to run with the Patriots -7. Next game, Bears at the Ravens. Okay. Ravens -6.5, over under 49.5. Bears coming off that win versus the Saints 26-14. Not really too impressed. It is the Saints. The Saints are a dumpster fire, and that was a home game for them too. They should have probably won by a lot more. Baltimore coming off the Rams loss 17-3. They didn't have Lamar Jackson yet again. These two teams head-to-head are 2-2. Win-loss straight up and against the spread and the over-under. So last time these two teams played was 4 years ago. Baltimore squeaked out that victory 16-13. Yeah. Both these teams are the same record as they are against the spread this year. So Chicago's 4-2 against the spread, Baltimore 1-5. Baltimore they're favorite in the market actually, and I think it went up actually from 6 to 6.5. I'm guessing maybe the Lamar news. I don't really see him playing here, but the Ravens definitely need a win here, and they are in a must-win scenario. If Jackson doesn't play again, it could be bad for the offense. I don't see him winning then. They've only scored 13 total points since he's been out, 3 last week, 10 the week before. Not impressed with their offense. Their defense doesn't look good. And I don't see them playing because they play next Thursday. So they have a short week. And the high total right here, 49.5, it does indicate there's going to be a lot of scoring. I'm guessing because the Ravens defense is trash, or they think Lamar's playing. So I'm not going to mess with the total here. Give me the Bears plus 6.5. Was that 6? I'll take the 6.5 any day of the week. So Bears plus 6.5, only play here. Next game. Let's move on to the Dolphins at the Falcons. Falcons minus 7.5, over under 45. Let's see here. Dolphins coming here 1-6. Atlanta 3-3. Dolphins off the loss versus the Browns 31-6. We just talked about it. And Atlanta off the loss versus the Niners 20-10. Head-to-head, these teams are 2-2 straight up, and Dolphins do hold against the spread a record of 3-1, 2-2 on the over-under as well. Falcons won last game. Miami covered. Yeah, I think Darren Waller's out. Miami, that was like their only spark they had this year. He's headed to injury reserve. Tua, he'll play. Even though he has an injury listed, he'll play. The dude got paid. And same thing with Penix. He'll play. He's limited. Dolphins 1-3 against the spread on the road this season. Falcons 2-1 at home. I do like the Falcons here. Atlanta games have gone under for the five of the last 6 games, and Miami's coming off a bad beatdown here. I'm just going to go with the under. Give me the under 45. I think it's probably the best thing we're going to take here. So we're going to run with that. Let's go with the next game here. Buccaneers -4 at the Saints, over under 47. Buccaneers coming here at 5-2. The Saints coming here at 1-6, both in the NFC South. A little divisional battle. The Buccaneers did have quite a bit of losses, not only last week, but on the whole offensive side of the ball. Chris Godwin's not playing. Bucky Irvin's not playing. Mike Evans ruled out. Broken collarbone, not playing. Yeah, they came up. They had the loss last week against the Lions, 24-9. Lions dominated them, and then the Saints came off that loss to the Bears, 26-14. Head-to-head, Buccaneers own them 6-4. Saints do hold against the spread at 4-6. These games do lean under. Usually most divisional battles do lean under. Yeah, Rattler's struggling. I think he threw 4 picks last week versus Chicago. And yeah, I mean, Bucks coming off that beatdown. I mean, he could either put fire underneath Baker, or they can come in here flat. And New Orleans is waiting for them to do that. So Buccaneers are 4-10 against the spread in the last 14 games versus the Saints. It is tough to back the Saints here in the divisional matchup with the points, but I can see the Buccaneers winning by like a field goal. So if anything, we're going to take the Saints +4 at home. I think that's the right side here. Yeah, give me the Saints +4. Next game, Cowboys at the Broncos. Broncos -3.5, and we have the over-under of 51 points. Denver enters here at 5-2, first in the AFC West. Dallas second in the NFC East at 3-3. Dallas coming off that big win versus the Commanders last week, 44-22. And same thing with Denver. That was pretty exciting. They won 33-32. They definitely should have probably lost that game. They scored 33 points in the fourth quarter. Denver is 4-0 straight up against the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are probably due here. But they are 1-3 against the spread. 2-2 to the over-under. Last time these two teams played 4 years ago, Dallas lost 30-16. This is the highest total this week, so this game is probably going to go over. I'm guessing the books are kind of scared after what happened last week in that Cowboys-Commanders game. So I think the over is probably a good hit here with Trayvon Diggs. He listed as questionable. That hurts the Cowboys defense. And then you have Dre Greenlaw. He's suspended for this game. So that hurts the Broncos defense. Over has hit in the last 5 of the 6 Cowboys games. Under has hit 5 in the last 7 Broncos games. I'm staying away from the total here. Dallas has lost 7 straight games versus Denver. Dallas is 4-19 against the spread in the last 23 visits there as well. Dallas needs to get off to a fast start here if they want to stay within the game, especially with that Denver defense. But we're going to roll with the Cowboys plus 3.5 here. I think that's the right move. Let's roll with the Cowboys 3.5. Next game, Titans at the Colts. Colts minus 14.5 over under 47. Yeah, Indy's in here 6-1. Titans 1-6. Titans coming off the loss to the Patriots 31-13. Colts coming off that. They were going to beat them down, dude. 38-24. Daniel Dimes looks nice. Head to head, these teams are 5-5 way across the board. Win-loss against the spread and the over-under. That's pretty crazy. And the line indicates that the Colts are expected to dominate at home, dude. I think they're going to run over the struggling Titans squad. I don't see why not. Titans are 2-5 against the spread this season. Colts are 5-2 against the spread and 3-1 at home. I think they're trying to scare people away with the 14.5, but I mean, I could see them. It is divisional. It's kind of crazy. The 14.5 could be a stupid play. I could see Daniel Dimes having a field day. Under could be a play here. The Colts are the only team that are going to put up points. We'll take the Colts minus 14.5, though. Kind of crazy, but we rolling with it. Next game looks like a Sunday night game. Packers at the Steelers. We got Packers minus 3 over under 45. Sunday night primetime football. Aaron Rodgers versus old team. I think this is the only team he hasn't beaten the whole league. Packers coming here at 4-1. Pittsburgh 4-2. Packers coming off a win versus the Cardinals 27-23. Pittsburgh coming off a loss versus the Bengals 33-31. Flacco tore them up. Straight up, Pittsburgh actually owns them 4-2, but Green Bay does own against the spread 4-2, and the overs do hit 5-1 in the last 6 games. So if you ask me, the over is probably a good play here, but the Packers are 0-3 against the spread on the road this season. Steelers 2-1 against the spread this season at home. I do like the Steelers here, especially with Aaron Rodgers. He's going to be the first time he suits up versus old team. It's going to be a good primetime game. I'd probably take the Packers here if they were at home. But yeah, like I said, I think the Steelers money line is going to have a good value. That could be something we could sprinkle here. But we are definitely going to take the Steelers plus 3. Not a Steelers fan. Packers could dominate them, but I think Aaron Rodgers, the script is in, right, boys? The script is in. So let's move on to the last game of the slate. We have a Monday night game, Commanders at the Chiefs. We have Chiefs minus 13 over under 46.5. Washington coming off the loss versus Dallas 44-22. Kansas City coming off the win 31-0 beatdown versus the Raiders. Against these two teams head-to-head are 4-0. Chiefs have won every single game these two teams played, but they have covered none of these games these two teams played. 2-2 to the over-under. Jaden Daniels out. Hamstring strain. Marcus Mariota will get the start at quarterback. I feel like he can run. He's run the show a couple times, man. As long as they can just get it to Ertz, I feel like they're going to score points. But even though McLaurin and Samuel is still listed questionable, I still feel like they can put up points. Especially their defense, they've got points put up on them. Commanders defense giving up big plays all year. 409 yards, 44 points to Dallas. That's crazy. Commanders 3-4 against the spread this season, 1-3 against the spread on the road. The Chiefs are 3-1 against the spread at home this season. But you know what? The under's hit in the last 4 games for each of these teams this season. So the under could be a play, but the Chiefs have scored 22. Let's pull it up right here. 22, 37, 28, 30, 31 in the last 5 games. Why don't they score 30 here, and then why can't the Commanders put up a couple touchdowns, 21? I was leaning the Chiefs the Commanders at the plus 13 because I'm not a really big fan of betting the double-digit spreads, but we're going to run with the over here. I think the over is the right play, over 46.5. We're going to end the week on that. Let's have a killer week, boys. Let's kill these books. Let's make this money, and let's update this win column to positive. So if you guys like the show, please like and subscribe, share to all your friends. That'd be great for all of us. So you have a great day. Have a great week. Let's get the money, baby.